What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG Structures review. Today, guys, we are going to be going over Chapter 3.5 of the manga. So I want to quickly mention something about this. So I just got done recording Chapter 4's review, and during the editing, I was going to get the images for that episode, and I realized that I completely forgot about this special chapter, mostly because of the fact this is only 2 pages, but since I really want to cover everything in terms of the OCG Structures manga, and I do not want to have to I don't want to have to re-edit it to put that back into the video, so I decided, you know what, let's just do this in one video and get it over with. This is going to be one of the shorter reviews because there's really not much we can take from this, so this is going to be a short one. You'll still be seeing Chapter 4 today. I'm not going to just leave you with just this content. I'm going to post this one first for chronological order sakes, and then I will sometime a little bit later put out the Chapter 4 review. So be on the lookout for the Chapter 4 review. That will be coming out. That's a guaranteed. I will make sure of that. But I decided just to cover this one either way. I'm going to cover any of these 0.5 things, even though from what it looks like, they're not going to be very long, but I think that's going to be completely fine. So, guys, without further ado, let's get straight into this. So, what did I think of this little mini chapter? I think it was interesting. I will get off a first complaint that I have with this, and I understand that this is not the purpose of this chapter, but I do wish that they would do this with these kind of chapters instead of what we got with it. And that's I want these to be a little bit longer. This was only 2 pages worth. You had where we kind of learn about yeah, this is basically her little mini section of this chapter is just all about her. We kind of get a little bit about her. She's 25 years old, single, and looking. Apparently, they needed to tell us that. They say she's the older sister of Shoma. We already know this. She ends up attending a Jump Victory Carnival as a Knight of Hanoia, which I really do love this reference to Vrains. Even though Vrains is not getting a manga, which I still am very upset about, it's kind of cool that they were nodding Vrains at this point, but I think the OCG Structures manga came out during the time of Vrains, so it kind of makes sense with this. And then in that Jump Victory Carnival, she realizes that Shoma is there, as he wants to duel this Knight of Hanoi character. However, Agiha left and told her that he was going out on a date. Yeah, she put herself into a big old hole. She told her brother that she was going to go out on a date, and she ends up going to this jump fest anyway, basically lying to her brother. She gets so embarrassed about this, she's worried that his brother is going to figure out who she is, so as she says, to protect her pride, she is going to duel Shoma. She's going to use her trap tricks deck before he can figure out who she really is, and that was going to be it for it. Literally, that's it. All we see is that she goes and attends this Jump Victory Carnival. Her brother ends up there. She didn't even know that was going to happen, so she ends up doing them just to try to protect herself from Shoma finding out that this Knight of Hanoi character is actually her. So, yeah. I definitely wish this was a lot longer. I would have loved to see a duel between Shoma and Agiha, because I think a brother versus sister duel this early on would be really cool. You know, I've made a comparison before. I did actually in the Chapter 4 review, so be on the lookout for that, because I do mention it. I get a lot of Zexal vibes from this, and I will say, though, if that's the route it goes, if we saw a duel with them, like, straight up, I think she would be better than Yuma's sister. Yuma's sister did nothing in the series, but she's actually going out there to duel. And we do actually learn about her deck as well. She uses a Trap Tricks deck, which I think I've heard of the deck. I don't know. I think there was a trap card called Trap Tricks Trap Hole, I believe it was. I think it was a trap card to stop like link monsters from being summoned. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's what the trap card was all about. But other than that, I don't really know much of the Trap Tricks deck, but I would have really liked to see this. I would have really loved to see this duel happen, even if it doesn't conclude, because think about this. Say they do the duel right now. They say, let's give this chapter, we'll say we'll give it 10 pages worth. of a miniseries. It doesn't need to be the full 26 because this is just a special thing. It's not supposed to be a part of the main series. So giving it about half of it would have been fine. Like if you get this thing like 12 chapters, that would be perfect. I don't think it needs to be 14 or 14 I might accept, but I would like to be lower than 13. That is just half of the chapters, so I think that would have been completely fine. We see a duel commence with them, and then you wait a couple of chapters. It would have to be after chapter 13, because that is currently where the manga sits right now. With the whole pandemic that's going on right now, the manga has to be put on hiatus. The same thing with the 7th manga. That's why I have not covered anything about that manga. But as of the time of this recording, we're only on chapter 13, and there is no like chapter 13.5 or anything like that. So if there was like a 13.5 or something like that, and we saw a continuation of this duel, or saw something else, I would have really liked it. I would have really liked to just to see a duel between them, to be honest. Or you just do it in this duel, and maybe you do like these special chapters with a Giha, because she's not really right now in the story, so to have her own special chapters where she's dueling these characters, I think would have been so cool to see. But that's not where we're getting. We just get a 2-chapter page where she goes to a carnival. Her brother finds out, or his brother ends up appearing there and wants to duel, because that's a duel carnival basically, because it's for Jump Fest, and there's Yu-Gi-Oh stuff going on down there, which I think would have been absolutely cool if they had references to the other anime, but I don't know if they have the rights to do that or not, but that would have been cool. But then she ends up doing, I'm assuming she duels him off screen. We don't even know how the duel results goes, which, let me know, who do you think would win this duel? Or who would you want to duel, I should more say. Who do you think would win, and who do you want to win? If I had to choose one, I would want a Giha to win. Honestly, I think that'd be really cool. Rarely Yu-Gi-Oh girls in shows beat main protagonists. The only ones I could think is Rebecca Hawkins. She beat Yugi, and then Yuzu, probably the most well-known one, beating Yuya in the 2nd episode of the show. So to see that, I think would be really, really cool, but that's not the case that ended up happening, and that's all we get from this. So a little bit disappointing for in terms of just seeing action and stuff like that, but I think it's fine for what it is. I wish it was a little bit longer, and maybe if Konami people that are writing the manga or watching this video, please make these a little bit longer. Like, I want to see a little bit more of this. If you're going to make these special chapters about a certain character that's not important to the story, like a Giha, I think it would be cool if we just saw like a quick duel with her. Maybe she is able to OTK an opponent. I would absolutely love that. Imagine a Giha facing this character and she just OTKs him. Or heck, FTKs him. That would be absolutely hilarious. Though I don't think they would show a manga where she FTKs or OTKs, but I just think it would have been still cool nonetheless, because it's not part of the story, so it's not ruining everything, but I still think that would have been pretty cool to see nonetheless. But guys, that is going to be it for this video. I know that this review was not as long as I normally do, but I feel like I was able to talk about a lot of it, even though this is literally just 2 pages of this. So the fact I was able to do really anything with this, I would be surprised if this was like a 15-minute video. I think this is just going to be only like a 10-minute video or something like that. But honestly, there's really not much we can talk about in this, but I still thought it would be cool to cover it nonetheless. But guys, let me know all your thoughts on this, I guess, even though there's not going to be much to really think about, I guess. Let me know just who would you want to win, and who do you think actually won this duel, if this duel even happened, because we don't even know if this duel would have happened. Do you think Shoma's going to win? Do you think Agia's going to win? Or is it a draw or no result? And then the same for the other reason, like who would you want to win, or how would you want the result to be? So yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, guys, take care and have yourselves a great rest of your day.